Hey guys, welcome to Boxing Squared for boxing news and views from around the internet. The veteran Russian contender Alexander Povetkin has arrived in the United Kingdom, insisting he's ready for Anthony Joshua. And at the same time, Anthony Joshua has been discussing his rivals Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder in a none too flattering light. So what I'll do is I'll whip through the arrival news, get to an update on the referee for the fight, and then end on Joshua's comments regarding Fury and Wilder. Let's crack into it. Okay, so first up, Alexander Povetkin. He arrived Tuesday night UK time from Russia. Here's a bit of footage from a live video posted to his Instagram team shortly after the arrival. And of course, thrilling stuff here, people walking through an airport, Povetkin and his team. But on arrival, he did speak to Sky Sports saying, "I'm very happy, very glad that I have this opportunity to fight Anthony Joshua. It's the aim of every boxer to fight against the best, and I'm very happy to be fighting Anthony." In case you're wondering what's happening this week regarding fight week activities, here is the schedule on screen. So we've got the open workout followed by the press conference Thursday, weigh-in on Friday, and of course 80,000 at Wembley on Saturday for the main event, Anthony Joshua and Alexander Povetkin. And before I get to the referee appointment, I did actually drop in on a live stream of Polish-American contender Adam Kanowski that he did on Instagram. And he's picking an Anthony Joshua win here, saying that while Povetkin is game, age will be a big factor in this fight. The referee for the fight has been named as British official Steve Gray, who's actually been in charge for 4 previous Joshua fights, and those were against Matt Legg, Matt Skelton, Konstantin Iric and Eric Molina, and that Molina fight was back in the end of 2016. He was also a judge for Joshua's last fight against Joseph Parker, in which Joshua was taken 12 rounds for the first time. It is being reported that the Povetkin camp is happy with the appointment. And in what smacks of looking past his Russian opponent this week, Anthony Joshua has allowed himself to be drawn on a future matchup with British rival Tyson Fury, telling Sky Sports, "I want Fury at his best. So there is no claim to say that I took him out when he was... for me, I've only said that I would fight Fury at his best. I said let him get over his issues, let him come back and get fit again. But if he thinks he's ready, he's ready. But me being a fighter, I think you need learning fights after a 3-year layoff. Klitschko had a 17-month layoff before he fought me because Fury pulled out twice. And people say he had a 17-month layoff. He weren't the same. So what is Fury going to do after a 3-year layoff? It shows that people have concerns about people that have time out of the ring. Good luck to Wilder, good luck to Fury. It's taken them a long time to actually have meaningful fights. As I said, they have been professional 9 going on 10 years. They are finally having a fight because I think they realize that from myself. They have looked across the other side of the pond and said, well, this young kid has come up, been in meaningful fights, and he's gaining the respect of the boxing public. Maybe we need to do the same. Wilder just fought Ortiz. That was a close scrape, and Fury 3 years ago was the one to fight Vladimir Klitschko. It took a long time, and now they're finally fighting each other. Anthony Joshua's statements regarding a potential fight with Tyson Fury, and obviously he got a dig away there about taking such a long time to have a meaningful fight, and that was also in part directed at WBC champion Deontay Wilder. First point, so Joshua in regards to Fury, he's echoing a bit of the doubt and concern a lot of boxing fans have regarding Fury. Is he going to be back to his best when he faces Deontay Wilder? And my view is we simply haven't seen enough to really gauge that properly in the first 2 comeback fights. But there were some positive signs. But Fury, he says he wants the fight, he wants that work, he wants to take Wilder's belt, so he is committed to that fight. So he's got some months now to prepare, so good luck to him. In terms of Joshua, he also raised the point that effectively Fury and Wilder are following his lead. That's going to get up some people's noses, that they're looking at what he's been doing and the fights he's been in and trying to replicate what he's doing. He's making it clear he's leading the division. He's the one cutting the path to be followed, and that his example is in part what's led Wilder and Fury to fight each other. And the inference is also clear. He's saying Fury and Wilder haven't fought near the level of opposition that he has. and who you support as a fan of these three boxers, that's ultimately going to dictate how much stock you put into what Joshua is saying on this front. And it's also going to influence your view of the world on Anthony Joshua saying that he's only willing to face Fury once he's at his best. The inference being Deontay Wilder is cherry-picking Tyson Fury. This is what Anthony Joshua is effectively saying. He's saying Fury is not back to his best. Wilder is trying to take advantage of a Fury that isn't back to peak form. What do you make of what he's saying? Is there something in that? Or is it actually time, like Fury says, he wants this work. He's the one pushing for this fight. He wants to take Wilder out. Is he ready though? Is Deontay Wilder cherry-picking? Or is this Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury going, let's make this fight because it's one of the best fights in the division and Joshua didn't want that work? Because clearly that's a narrative that's out in the public as well. And I said in a previous video that Joshua's rivals, Fury and Wilder, they've actually spent a lot of time recently talking about Joshua, trashing him. But I would note, and I would say that Joshua, he's also got to be careful not to do the same thing, especially given it's his own fight week. I mean, sure, petty point scoring, it has its place in boxing and fans obviously thrive off it, lots of back and forth and whatnot. But surely Joshua, in this instance, would be better served deflecting these sorts of questions about his rivals until after he's fought Povetkin, because it does give the indication he's commenting on Wilder Fury, their fight, about fighting Tyson Fury, that he's looking past Povetkin, and that's a dangerous place to be in. I'm sure Povetkin won't mind Anthony Joshua running his mouth and letting his mind wander to whatever other things other than their fight. So Joshua's got to be a little bit careful to keep his eye on the prize, as it were. But what do you make of Anthony Joshua's comments? Is it just a little bit of comeuppance for Wilder and Fury who've been trashing him for months? Is he out of line or is he bang on? Drop a comment, loud and often. Hit like, hit subscribe, follow me on Twitter, boxing_squared. I'm out.